Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. Monday, 18th of December. We're doing a little live video. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. And yeah, so this is for those who are around, are not busy. Christmas shopping, Christmas liming, Christmas drinking. We're taking calls if you want to call 682-2110. And we're just hanging out. Dave Lux, what is your story? I want to get a Santa hat borrow. Anybody have a Santa hat? I want it. Message me. I want a Santa hat. Starboy asking me to sing something. Home with you, all the chores are helping you do. Tired of the complaining, the constant tongue lashing. You come to go with we. Why I love me parents so. You don't have to know this song. I see Wayne Sturge put up a post today how he hate parang. When I tell you, when I hear parang, I feel Christmas rich. If you're not too busy, share the video on your page, in the threads, let them know here. Just come along. Lima, we're my Christmas tree. What I tell you? Let me tell you what went on in my Christmas tree. There a guy working for me last year, and they had just get their house last year or year before. They had just get their house in the new plannings opposite Starlight, and he was helping me, and he was telling me how next year, because it was Christmas time, and he was telling me, and he was helping me take down my Christmas tree and my decorations of my stuff, and he was telling me how next year, after they finish paying for curtains and what they had to pay for the move and thing, next year they're planning to have a Christmas tree. So I gave him my Christmas tree. So that's what happened to my Christmas tree. I don't have a Christmas tree anymore, but he has it, and it was a real topper. Kevin the Freitas like that word, topper. It was a topper Christmas tree. And yeah, he's my friend. He's still be on Facebook, still around talking and liming and thing. But I can't have somebody help me put up a big tree and then they have none. So take it. One day I'll get an next big tree again. But so what I want to, for my Christmas special, which I'm going to do, I think either Christmas Adam or Christmas Eve, I want a Santa hat. So I want somebody to send me a Santa hat, because this is my Christmas morning song. This Oh Holy Night at midnight, and this song Christmas morning, and that is Christmas for Philip. Six 682-2110. You can call me if you want to tell your Christmas story. I hear you, Kenneth. When they let this lamb away. Get up, it's Christmas morning. Oh Lord. Hear this line. This is my favorite song. Line in the song. Time to put some smoke in your kitchen. I tell my mother that every Christmas. Time to put some smoke in your kitchen. Hey, Dave. He said he drinking Johnny Walker White. Dave Lux rechristened in the pep Christmas party. The man drinking White Oak and tell me he drinking Johnny Walker White. Well, I nearly dead. That's the best one I heard in a long time. The man drinking Johnny Walker White, Dave. If I like that, but I give you props. I don't teach people like, but it's funny. When you post your good nights, tell us where you're coming, where you're from now. Tell us what area or what country, where you're from. And you know which one you like to hear too? You know they have a song that's Laughing Children Tug at Mr. Santa. You all know that song? That is a bad jam. I love that song. I love When a Child is Born. But you see Oh Holy Night, sung by Il Divo and Charlotte Church. My neighbors at 12:01, get that full volume. Il Divo first, and then Charlotte Church, because it's two different versions of Oh Holy Night, and I love them both. And they get that live. Rudy Paul coming from LA, Lower Arima. Nice, I like that. And Laughing Children, that's such a Trini song. Tug at Mr. Santa, Teddy Bears and Dolly saying Mama. Any Trini, wherever you are in the world, that's your memory of Christmas. That's your memory of Christmas. I mean, we all wake up to different things Christmas morning, but it's still Christmas morning. And that spirit of Christmas, imagine if we could get that to stay with us and really live like that 12 months out of the year. How nice it would be. This Thursday night on Frontline, they're talking about the spirit of Christmas and how it mirrors, or how the Progressive Empowerment Party's policies mirrors the spirit of Christmas. Also, I'm telling you all now, so you mark your calendar now, those who planning your traveling, January 18th, 2018, the Progressive Empowerment Party becomes one. It's our first anniversary. Yes, I know it feels like we've been doing this for a decade, but January 18th, we become 1 year old. And to celebrate that auspicious event, because plenty political parties, and I've seen political parties form and die in the womb, to celebrate that auspicious event, we are having our first annual, and it will always be a thing from here, our anniversary will be our family day. So you will hear, you will see advertisements from New Year's Day for the Progressive Empowerment Party, PEP's first anniversary and family day. Hear this. It is open to members and members guests, but members guests have to sign up and they have to work with ID, and that's mostly for security, because we are a political party and we do not trust the other nincompoops to not send noisemakers. So we still need to know everybody who there. We gotta know your name, and that's just a thing. But it's free. And it's going to be plenty entertainment and bouncy castles and petting zoo and all kind of bacchanal. Bring all the children. Bring the elders. We're going to have bingo. We're going to have a tea stall. I mean, we come in nice, a family day, and everything that we could organize. Free ice cream for the children, face painting, entertainment. So this is where this reach. If you would like to be involved in any way in assisting in the planning and the executing of the first annual anniversary and family day, Felicia Holder is chairing, as chairman of the party, she's also chairing that committee, so you can reach out to Felicia. If you can't get on to Felicia, message me and I'll hook you up with that. If you are in any sort of business that would like to come and give your stuff away to PEP members and let them sample and taste food, snacks, drinks, ice cream, whatever, we're not going to be having any alcohol because our family day is going to be from 10 till 3. And we're going to have entertainment. Any of the entertainers who would like to come and entertain us, reach out to Felicia Holder. You can message me. Debbie Lee Jaikaran will be in charge of coordinating the actual layout, and she's going to be reaching out to people for tents and all that kind of bacchanal. We are going to be having the event, we believe, in Lange Park in Chaguanas or somewhere close to that. It's going to be in a park. January 18th is a Thursday. Rudy, if that is your birthday, I am January the 17th. So we are one day apart. Great minds. But we are going to be having the event on either the Sunday before or the Sunday after. And we won't be opening our public meetings, our Saturday meetings, until we have this event. And then after that. But the PEP office opens back in the new year on the 6th of January. For anybody who wants to come and join or come and get involved, we will be having our meetings, but they'll be closed only to committee and teams involved in planning this event, because we want people to have the time of their lives. We're going to have the youth team there looking after the kids. You could come and, you could literally come and socialize and make friends, make family. This is going to be a real family affair. The Progressive Empowerment Party, if we stand for one thing, if they ask you ever to describe what we are, what our politics is, it is the politics of the family. Our policies are all based on rebuilding the family and rebuilding the community. A nation is a collection of communities. Once we have our communities working, our nation will work. And we could deal with it from there. Anybody who would like to be involved, we want your help. Any of our overseas peppers who would like to be involved, and we'll be doing motorcades from east, west, and south to central. We are asking peppers if you have room for any of our Tobago brothers and sisters who might need to overnight the night before and after that, if you could reach out and let us know so that we can also accommodate our Tobago brothers and sisters, because we really need this to be a national event. And it is the first anniversary and family day. And it is going to be a massive and a well-lit event. You're going to have a time. It's going to start 10 in the morning. And we're trying to get as much stuff. And if you've ever been to a PEP event, you know, it's food like that and drinks like that. We're just not going to have any alcohol because it's a family day. So, yeah, but later on in the year, there will be other opportunities to gather and drink. We will be doing the motorcade from north and west, meeting at 19 Stanmore Avenue, and we will be meeting there from 8 o'clock, and we will be moving off at 9 o'clock. A nice slow motorcade. We have flags. It's $20 for a flag. It clips onto your window. The little PEP flag is really sexy. Diana Kelly, Lemma Wilkinson, they're handling that. Maya, we're not live on YouTube, so if you could give the YouTube their video after, I would appreciate it greatly. Yeah, so we this event, anybody, if you're an event planner, event manager, you're a DJ, you're a musician, you're an entertainer, you're a poet, if you would like 5 minutes on that stage to come and show your stuff, if you and any of the members who have any specialty, you know, some of you all have sweet hand and want to help and donate, all the young members who want to get involved in helping us organize and coordinate. We want to do three-legged race and egg and spoon and wheelbarrow and sack race and tug of war. We're having a tug of war. And we're going to have kids musical chairs, followed by adult musical chairs. So we're going to be having, well, we're having the event in Central Tony. So we're all coming to Central. So you can't have a motorcade from Central if you're already there. But storytellers, yeah, anything you want to do, I mean, come on. You're dealing with the Pep family, yeah? Of course, our PRO, Janice, and Deputy PRO, Tony, will be our MCs as we go through the event and share along the way, during the course of the entire day and all of the entertainment. You will hear from different members briefly about the Progressive Empowerment Party, how they came to be involved with the party, what the first year experience has taught them, and what their vision for Trinidad and Tobago is as we go forward. Because we're not a copy and paste party, we're a group of individuals that have come together to rescue the country. So if you want to be a part of that, come on. You all know this? Let me see who could guess.
Oh, there's no place like home for the holidays, 'cause no matter how far away you roam, when you pine for the sunshine of a friendly gaze,
For the holidays, you can't beat home, sweet home.
I met a man who lives in Port of Spain, and he was heading for
San Fernando and some homemade pumpkin pie. No, Alana, that's not from Sinatra. That's not Tony Bennett. From San Fernando, folks are heading up to Maracas Bay for sure.
to a lovely moonlight picnic.
Oh, that's the mighty sparrow, Slinger Francisco,
Place like home,
for the holidays.
'cause no matter how far away you roam, if you really wanna be happy
In a million ways, for the holidays, you can't be home,
sweet home.
all of you, everybody knows Sparrow now. All of you who are based abroad, I know that you all learned to assimilate. We all, Chinese, that's what we do. We assimilate anywhere we go. And I know that you all get into the whole Thanksgiving and everything. I had to tell this little girl that's like, I'm in the bank today. In the bank. Jesus Christ. Where was any? It's like nobody was nowhere else. The whole country was in the bank today. Please leave the singing for Birdie or Rudy Paul. That sounds like you're jealous. I'll put you on stage at the family day. Anyway, so I was telling this little young lady who was there with her mom, and I was trying to explain to her, because I was trying to tell them that the Christmas story, you all know the Christmas story, it was the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. You all know that story? That was the original Christmas, it's called the Christmas story, and that's the original Christmas story, and it is that Christmas is based on. I want you to hear a line from that so that you understand what I want to tell you here, because a lot of people don't know this. And when I told her, the whole line in the bank got so interested, and it became a conversation. And so it was the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap, when out on the lawn there arose such a clatter. I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lovely and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. And I could stop there. Where are my stockings? Dave, that is a good question. Trinidadians just call everything something different. But the reason I read this is because I told her today, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer with a little old driver, so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. The reason Santa Claus comes down your chimney is because Santa was an elf. Santa was an elf. He was never this big fat guy with the big beard. That red, white and black boots, red and white, black belt, that is a Coca-Cola ad, believe it or not. And that has remained Santa Claus. But St. Nicholas, who Santa Claus came from, was an elf. And that's why he comes on your roof. But I guess we don't have to... So anyway, if you didn't know, and if you want to know, and then in the twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my hand and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. If you did not know, Rudy, you could be Santa Claus in truth. If you did not know the story of the Christmas that we celebrate with the Santa Claus, that's the story. And a lot of the things that make our Christmas is an amalgamation of a lot of other things. Like the Christmas tree is a celebration of winter solstice. And that's what that is. And everything has just been joined up and come together. And over time it's like, so like the birth of Christ that we say that Christmas was about, that is the only thing that nobody don't even talk about anymore. But anyway, a Trini Christmas. So I'm by my parents tonight, and I'm trying to find out what is the plan for Christmas, because you know, you had to know, you have to know who having breakfast, who having lunch, who having dinner, so that you could plan your eating schedule for the Christmas. I don't do Christmas lunch anyway because we feed the homeless people in Port of Spain every Christmas. The Jericho Project, now this is not politics and none of this tonight is really politics, but if you all want to assist Melissa Jinu, she is my friend on Facebook, JHINW, Melissa Jinu. She is taking lead on this for the Jericho Project. Every Christmas we feed the homeless in Port of Spain. And we pretty much have everything that we need right now, but if you want to reach out to her to find out just in case if there's anything else that she's not had or gotten as yet, I think she needs salad. But we feed 300 homeless people every Christmas. They treat between 300 and 500 people. But the reason for me telling you is that if you would like to come with us and bring the kids to experience a real meaning of Christmas, to go and find people who have nothing and share with them, that's been our Christmas day since my son was a little boy. And we do that every Christmas. And it puts it in sharp, quick perspective, and you appreciate everything else that you have after that. So, if you would like, or anybody that you know would like to come and help, volunteer, just be a part of it, we go to the Riverside car park and we go to Columbus Square behind the cathedral. And then if we still have food left over, we drive up and down the streets in Port of Spain looking for the home challenged. And we give them food. It's be a nice lunch. They get festive rice and ham, turkey, chicken, salad. They get apples, grapes, and a dessert. They get a drink. So they're accustomed to us by now. And if you'd like to come and assist us, and if you would like to reach out to Melissa Jinu, JHINW, she's my friend on Facebook. You can just reach out to her, or you can message me, and I will put you on to Melissa, and you could get involved in any way that you want. Christmas morning. Yeah? So, talking to my parents, and now we in my family, and I've learned all from the time I grew up and grew out of my family and met the rest of the world, that my family made up our own words for stuff, that when I met the rest of the world, there was an actual word for certain things. So anything that I say that doesn't sound right, like we call garlic pork. You all know what garlic pork is? That they cut up pork and they soak it in vinegar and garlic and strong herbs. They call it vinaigrette. I don't know what, I heard other people call it carbondage, and I don't know what is the correct name. So, but that is an acquired taste because it's sour and it's garlicky and it's fried. But our Christmas breakfast is that ham, pastel, eggs. And when there used to be a Toco Peak bakery, when there used to be a Toco Peak bakery in St. James, Toco Peak used to take orders and make a bread, I can't lie, it's wider than my arms could stretch. And the center of the bread would be about this fat. And it's one of those plat breads. So if you hold one of the plats, it's fat like this, down the whole loaf of bread. So when you cut into the center, because it's like a normal plat bread, but it's big, it's huge. And my parents, that was their thing when we were small. They used to go and buy like 10 of those loaves of bread, and they're huge. And they would distribute that to different homes, and that's what I learned when I was growing up. And but I'm not Toco Peak anymore. But that used to be part of our Christmas too, because one of those loaves of bread was for the whole family. And when you cut that bread, when you reach the center of the bread, that a slice must be that big. So that could have feed like about 5 people. But that's what we do for Christmas. Christmas dinner. Christmas dinner is wow. Yeah? And I tell people all the time, if they could move Carnival to about June, it would be better. Because they have plenty of people that can't eat for Christmas because they're developing that six-pack. So they're going to only watch. You know what Christmas is for me? And it changed. I grew up during a recession. So you only used to see things like apples and grapes Christmas time. Apples and grapes used to come out. And pears. Remember pears? First time you see a pear, wow, can't wait to eat a pear. And Macintosh Quality Street assortment in the tin. Now it come down to a little box. But it used to be a big tin. Remember that? And of course, the Danish butter cookies that you couldn't pronounce the first name, Kajelsen or something like that. Those butter cookies were, and when you open the pan, all of the ones that had sugar under, those finished first. Remember that? That was, all of that, those are my memories of Christmas, things like that. So still, when I see that butter cookies, Danish butter cookies, Macintosh Quality Street, apples, grapes, green, we used to go by my father's parents, we call them Mama and Baba. And we would go by them, and he would have like cases of grapes, and green grapes, and black grapes, and red grapes, and yeah. So I associate that with Christmas. My Christmas growing up was a very busy house. My mother used to wash everything, all the curtains and everything. Used to get tablecloth, that special Christmas tablecloth that had come out, and how much times I get licks because I end up with paint on my arm because somebody just paint a doorway and I lean on it and get paint on my... But that was the smell of paint. And for some reason, black disinfectant. My father could have scrub a yard, boy. Lord, my father could have scrub a yard. And black disinfectant in the yard and paint in the house. And by Christmas morning, the house sparkling clean, and then you run downstairs Christmas morning to see what Santa bring for you. It was good times. It was really good times. Trinidad was a nice place to grow up, Trinidad was a lovely place to grow up. What Trinidad is now, what I'm trying to do, what I would like to do is help bring back that. Today I have to say that the thing that we're forgetting, everybody reminiscing about a better time. Remember this and remember when and remember when. The thing that Trinidad, that we forgetting in all our reminiscing, the thing that we forgetting, that was the common thread that made the country work, was family. Everybody came from somewhere. Everybody had people that they answered to. Everybody came from a home and a family. And that's what's gone. family life in Trinidad is what they destroyed. It has become so, I see a Justice of the Peace, something can get a big article in Newsday for saying what the Progressive Empowerment Party, and what I have been saying for the last 10 years, that bars in residential areas should close at midnight. Bars in residential area, that whole avenue should close. Western Main Road, every night. You see this city that never sleep nonsense? All that did was distress people, drive them out of their homes. And Arapita Avenue, all bars should close at midnight for the latest during the week. People have to get up the next day for work. People have children and to go to school. In fact, 11 o'clock should be last call. And if you want to open a bar to go round the clock, go downtown. The whole of Independence Square should have been a bar district. And South Key, build bars there. Let people come in line there. But we destroyed Arapita Avenue. Because it was a safe community, we destroyed it. Woodbrook. I grew up in Woodbrook, and I can tell you, they should have never allowed to happen to Woodbrook what has happened to Woodbrook. Never. And a sensible government would tell you that that in a residential community, all bars must close at midnight. All. And to get a bar license, you must be responsible for the community within a 1 mile radius of your bar. When you close, send people out in the street to pick up and clean up and wash down. Because your neighbors are not supposed to put up with everything that comes with you making money in the bar. And if you don't and they complain, we could shut you down. It's time to get people to live together in harmony again. We've stopped that. There have been no rules. When I was growing up, I don't know why this was, and anybody who knows, tell me why this was. Why the places that sold alcohol on a Thursday had to, by lunchtime, had to close off the whole alcohol section and block it off. They used to have to literally come and block it off so you couldn't even see it. I don't know what that was about. But that, growing up in Trinidad and Tobago, there were rules. And the rules was enforced. And nobody was disrespecting nobody. I remember, I tell people, me and Rocky Garcia, thief a policeman bike. And Rocky mother beat us. Because we get in trouble. And I didn't tell my parents because they'd beat us too. But we done get we share licks down by Rocky mother. And that's how we grow up. We grow up respectful. You couldn't have a neighbor come and tell your parents that you was disrespectful by them. Remember games we used to play? 1 king, 2 king, 3 king, 4 king. Ah, you curse, mommy. Remember those games? We used to take all that serious. I remember I was a teenager. George Michael sang a song called I Want Your Sex. I Want Your Sex. And they banned the song. That couldn't play. That couldn't play. And they had to change it to something else. They had to bring out another version. They banned it. The world and people, you know, absolute freedom sounds like it would be a good thing. But we only think about absolute freedom from our point of view. We never think about, what about other people who express absolute freedom another way? And who would do things that we don't do. We never thought it through. So now, we become do what the hell you like that. That's what we become. We become a country where parents are never calm. Parents are always stressed and always panicked. You have no... unless they confront you and they're sleeping, you can exhale a little bit. Parents have no respite. I remember when we were small, my father used to throw us out of the street. Go by your friends. Come back when the street lights come on. Remember that? Come back when the street lights come on. We used to live in the road. All of us in Woodbrook. Riding bike. Kicking ball, playing wind ball cricket. I have a scar on my toe from Leonard Edgell. Pushed me from the top of O'Connor Street down the bottom of O'Connor Street in one of those little metal jeeps that they had 2 pedals inside. And my foot slipped off the pedal and dragged on the road. But it was one of them metal jeeps. So it's one set of noise and I'm bawling and he can't hear me. Scar for life. I don't know. I just think that I don't think it's too far gone. People tell me, people send me the most gruesome messages and they tell me it's over. It's over and it's done. I don't think so. I think this guy who just killed this woman and killed himself, I think because he had nobody to talk to. He had nobody to explain to him, son, even if she's not letting you see a child, you'll see a child one day. There was nobody to tell her how to pick and choose. I remember the stress my sisters used to go through to date. My brother-in-law, one of my brothers-in-law, I have 2 brothers-in-law, and one of them, he grew up next door to us. And my sister and him date over a wall. I remember the stress boys used to go through to get to see my sisters. Sitting down in the gallery, waiting to be interviewed. No joke, you know. No joke. And his brother, so you could provoke them. Because you know they come in and they're interested in your sister, but your father is the absolute authority and the power. So you can provoke them and they can't tell you nothing. That was fun days. Now, who this girl had to turn to? Somebody sent me a copy of the restraining order, the police report that she made the day before that the man beaten her. And they did nothing. The next day she was dead. There was no, where was the family? Where was the family? I tell people all the time that what is affecting the children that becoming little gangsters? This little 15-year-old boy just get shot. His mother say how the police target the boy. The police release pictures of the boy stunting with gun, big gun. So mommy, you have some questions to answer. Mommy, you have questions to answer. How your 15-year-old boy out in the night with big gun in his hand? So when police bounce them up, as gunmen, police are thinking of them, but them as your little baby boy, you know. Police know them as gunmen. I don't understand what happened. How we got to here. How did we lose that? Is it money? Did we get a nice run of money so we all got selfish? Somebody say we have an entire generation of men who've never grown up. Peter Pan syndrome. And I used to know, I used to tell them, I used to party, I used to line. And all of we outside there and you're watching big grown up men out and partying and liming, and you don't know who home raising the children. So MTV and Synergy telling the boys to be thugs and the girls to be hoes, and nobody to explain to them, hey, I just talk. This is what you're supposed to be. Me and my brother wanted to go to Tobago for Great Race. He was 16, I was 15. For that time we know, we sneak out and storm the panorama, went to Tobago, come back after. Licks like that. For that time I couldn't go in the river by St. Mary's College to fish. I went with the Elliots and the Cabrals and Derek Chin. And anyway the Elliots and the Cabrals were going, and I went, and Manuel Gonzalez, I ended up getting licks. And because they always was trying to do something that my father didn't want me to do. And going and fishing in that river, I smoked my first Broadway in that river. And then the whole, we were having such a good time around that big hole fishing for wabi. And then everybody just get quiet. And I realized that everybody, the place just got still. The place got still. And I realized something was going on. And I look up behind my back, and there was my father standing on the bridge. And he did my son. Well, your boy forget how to climb back out the river. Fuss, I'm scared. Licks like that. We had the days. But we had parents. And parents were parenting. And the whole neighborhood knew you by who your parents was. So that message, when they meet you, who's your last name? Who's your mother? Who's your father? That message was very clear. I know your parents. Behave yourself. It's different now. That nice man in the picture did that. Teresa, if you only know that man in the days, we used to call him Hagar the Horrible. We used to call him Hitler. That man, Lord. We used to have to go to sleep. I don't know about you all, again sidetracked. We used to have to go to sleep every Sunday after lunch. I used to hate that. But that's because he wanted to sleep. So he didn't want to have to worry about where we was and if we were safe. So all man in the bed sleeping. Sunday, bright afternoon when you want to be outside getting yourself in trouble. And he, if you disturb him, he would knock the bedhead in his room once. Just once. You would hear him knock it. Message received. If you don't stop, the next sound you hear would be his foot hitting the floor. And if you wake him up while he's sleeping after lunch on a Sunday, you look for your thing. I want us to build back our country. I really want us. I want us to make it so that everybody could have those kind of safe, happy memories. We wasn't rich. We wasn't rich. In fact, when I became a parent, and I understand what it was like to raise a child, I got respect for my parents. And looking back, yeah, Gary, our grandparents was in everything. But looking back, I mean, I used to think that we was rich. We had floorboards that termites had eaten some of it, so you could look through and see the ground below. And we just thought that's how things were. I didn't know how hard it was, and my parents kept putting food on that table. But we didn't have anything to stunt with. We wasn't stunt people, but we had friends and family like that. When you see in my parents' family rich, and there's drink and lime and music and that, and we had all our friends from the area. You know, growing up, you had two types of friends. You had school friends and you had area friends. And that was some real good days. I don't know, I just thinking that my only reason for trying to fix this place, or trying to get involved, is that everybody deserves a good life. Children nowadays don't have a good life. Children are in danger. Children are in constant danger. Parents have it real hard. Parents have it real hard now. Putting food on that table, keeping those children safe, keeping them healthy. I just think that we who know better, I mean, it was a nice place to live. It could be a nice place again. It's easy to fix. Trinidad, easy to fix. We have some big cockroach to squash and some Jack Spaniel nests to burn down. We have that to do. We could do that. All them Jap nests, burn it down. burn it down. All them cockroaches getting mashed. All of a sudden the place nice. We could do it. You know how to fix this country, you know. This country's a dot. This country's a dot. I tell people we have 5,000 police. The mayor of New York City and the commissioners deal with 65,000 police. How much teachers we have? 3,000? They have 80,000 teachers to deal with. Their public sector is a real public sector. Here, please. We pretend that this country hard to run. This country's a joke. This country's a joke. Go and Google the size of Andrews Air Force Base. Area 51 bigger than Trinidad. Go and check. Rinty Alexander saying she's trying to reach out to me with issues. Honey, if I can't help you, it's because I'm not in public office. And I can't do more than I do. And I apologize. So I see a man put out a video and they say it's me he talking about because he tried to get $10,000 to rescue people from human trafficking, he say. But I don't have the $10,000 to give you. I'm not in public office. You'll have to understand that. I am simply trying to educate, inform, and empower everybody. Whatever little I can do, I do. Whatever little that I could do, I do. But I can't fix everything. Some people send me messages and tell me they're in a crisis. I ask, have you called your MP? Have you called your minister? There is nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. There's a lot you could do. Vote wiser. Vote better. Vote yourself a better country. Vote yourself a country where you don't need to come to Philip Alexander and post on my wall that I'm not helping you. I can't. I'm not the Minister of Health, I'm not the Minister of Education, I'm the Prime Minister, I'm not the Minister of National Security, I'm not the Commissioner of Police, I'm not the Chief Justice. I am none of those things. If I were any of those things, the country would be a lot better run by now. But I'm not. Vote better. Organize your neighbors. Don't come on my wall just thinking about your problem. Think about everybody else who have a similar or worse problem. And organize them and get ready. Get ready to stain your finger. Don't stay home and say all them politicians is the same because you're causing it on yourself. And don't vote red and red or yellow and steady because you're causing it on yourself. And if you cause it on yourself, then take the jam that comes with that. Take it. Don't stand by me. If I was the Prime Minister trying to make it, it couldn't be human trafficking here. We would hang people. If I was the Prime Minister trying to make it would be treason to steal from the treasury. We would hang you for that. A nice big white gallows on Brian Lara Promenade. Hang your ass. When you see a corrupt politician and his criminal co-conspirators from the business and professional sector swinging together in the breeze, it send a strong message. I know that hard for people to take. Philip, how you could say that? But you see, you don't mind hanging them little black hen chicken. But if I tell you, that is the fruit. What I'm talking about is the tree. Take it from the root and that done. I don't want to go down this road. But if I was the Prime Minister, all that fixed. 40% of the containers coming through the country, none of them being checked. You know how many containers that is? You know how much drugs that is? Look, they stumble on $56 million worth of cocaine in an empty building. Wow. Crocus bags of cocaine found itself. Tons. Into an abandoned building just for you. Bodies floating by in the ocean. They just happen to see it because they were on the Twin Mile platform. Nobody wants to floating by. Nobody sees it. If I was the Prime Minister, it fixed. It fixed. I tell you it fixed. Now you're asking me, I'm telling you. All the games, all the stuntmen done. All them little... you go and build the biggest house in Goodwood Park. Answer for where the money come from. I'm telling you. Some of them will pay any kind of money to keep me from seeing public office. This morning I bounced up Wade Mark, ex-speaker of the house, at the dry cleaner. We go to the same dry cleaner. When he see me, the man hugged me and lift me up off the ground. Trinidad, no. If I were Prime Minister tomorrow, the country fixed. Price of food come down. All them stamp men who imported billions of dollars because they're bribing governments not to import food, that done. Done. You will see it on the news. The bulldozer, the excavator, the backhoe, and the dump truck tearing down their malls that built on farmland, eminent domain. We want we food land back. Tear it down. Lift from the foundation straight away. Make a point. People must say, look at another teacher driving by in their Mercedes-Benz. Look at next school principal in their Beamer. We're rewarding the wrong things in the country. Our police service must come down in size, but must get paid well. And arrest and charge the corrupt ones. All of y'all who standing in the area, who working together with the criminal gang leader and working it out and sharing it together. All of we know. But none of them could do anything because there's never been a government in power that wanted to deal with it. We will clean up Dodge. Everybody. In every system. Every system. The entire country could fix, and it could fix fast. We could bring it back tomorrow where parents could open the door and let the children go out in the street. Touch them now. Touch them. You will face the most brutal response. Touch somebody else's child. See all them bad men? Bad men? You know what? You never see how bad men has become boiled down like Baji when real bad men reach. Only bad because they have no law and order in this country. And we're not looking to come and play with stunting with local police officers. We have to clean up Dodge. The first thing we have to clean up is the police service. And I tell Trinidad, I'm not looking to use David West and the Police Complaints Authority. I want Scotland Yard and FBI. I want all. Go through the judiciary and the law association and the police service and the public service and every record. Bring the forensic accountants. This country, our 55 years of history could fit in one public service building in New York City. We could go through every file. We could go through every transaction. We could identify every piece of stolen property that was taken from the people of this country. All you think is joke. When them politicians stand up in the parliament and telling you old news, boy, miss me with that. Old news, we're going back to the Queen. We're going back to the Union Jack. We're going right back. If you thief it, put it back. Don't make us come fair. And that's the truth. And that's the country we need again. Because that's why it worked when we were young, because we knew. We knew what the rules were. And if you break the rules, you get in trouble. This is a country you can do what you want. All up the food chain. Do what you want. Prime ministers doing what they want. The ministers, the financiers, the bagmen, the Chamber of Commerce, Downtown Owners and Merchant Association. If you are an association, explain to me how Gregory Aboud is president for life. And he's talking about everything else in the country. But I yet to hear about a DOMA election. DOMA rhyme with FIFA for some reason. All of this, when I tell you, we will pull back the curtains, open the windows and ventilate this country. You see all them little tiny tin pot dictators, fiefdoms, emperors for life, all of them get knocked over. You want a country? You want a country that works? You want a country where 30% of the cost of building your house is not heavy doors and wrought iron? You want a country like that where you can leave the key? They show me in Japan. In Japan, they park their scooter and they leave the key in the ignition. Touch it now. Touch it. We need to go back to there. You have to have a government that is not part of the criminal enterprise. And the PNM and the UNC are criminal parties. They're criminals. We are continuously choosing between two criminal organizations and calling them government. And then looking for criminals to enforce law. When all those criminals looking to do is oppress you so they could thief more. I see somebody put up a post about PNM and UNC trying to change the people in your party. Trying to change the people in your party. I mean, that's the literal definition of putting a dress on a pig. How does it change the fact that it's a pig? Lipstick and rouge on a pig don't take the fact. I remember Ross Perot told Larry King, you could put your shoes in the oven and leave them there all night, but that don't make them biscuits. PNM and UNC is PNM and UNC, and that not changing. That not changing. That not changing. So if you don't vote or you vote for that, you have to take what comes with that. You have to take that, own it. In the oil field offshore, North Sea. In the North Sea, your first day on the rig, they give you a life jacket. And they show you how to put it on. And they tell you there's an alarm that when you hear it, shove one of your hands into your pants and hold your balls. And the other hand, hold the life jacket and jump off. And if you don't hold the jacket, it'll fly up and break your neck. And if you don't hold your balls, it'll run up in your stomach. And this is the reality. And that's how Trinidadians need to live. Hold it tight, because this is what you choose. This is what you choose. All the sweet talk we giving you, I'm giving you all the honey, and I'm telling you all the plans and the policies, but I want to let you know something, you know. You vote the Progressive Empowerment Party to government. You vote a hammer, you know. We're going to break plenty things. Undo and redo sounds sexy when I say it, but it involves breaking fiefdoms. There are criminal organizations in this country that have infected the body politic and the entire public service, every aspect of law enforcement. And we must break that. And I want them to know and to be very clear. If the Progressive Empowerment Party, election night, if you see we win, pack. Pack. If you see we win, pack. Before His Excellency swear us in, pack, get out, swim if you have to swim. Because if you distress the people of this country, we are going to revisit it on you in spades, pestilence, biblical proportions. We are going to come for it. And you will see, for the first time, law enforcement willing to go into Goodwood Park and Fairways and St. Clair to get to the root of the tree. I make no apologies for saying that. We've been broken at the heart because the people that we've trusted have broken that trust repeatedly, and we've walked around like zombies saying we have no choice, lesser evil. All of that is bullshit. And I'm saying to you, if you want a better country, vote yourself a better country. They say Port of Spain businesses balling, good. Make the malls ball too. Let the Chamber of Commerce convene a meeting. Pressure like that. The people are speaking up and speaking out. You see that Starbucks that I passed today in Maraval, that they painting, they're hustling to open for Christmas? It must stay empty. It must bust. If all you care about the country, Carnival must bust. Carnival 2018. They have a carnival that went down in history called Rainorama. Rainorama was mass in May. Rainfall and washout mass in May. Because they had was it cholera scare? There was a scare. And Kitchener immortalized it in song. He said they didn't care if they get the carnival, all masqueraders in town. And they didn't care if it was official, because rainfall and washout mass in May. This must be a next song, the next carnival that they immortalize. Nobody come. When you throw a carnival and nobody come, Send a message. And Trinidadians, don't be working against yourself. Yellow fever, thanks, Anne. Don't be working against yourself. You're working against yourself when you're complaining and you're shopping at the foreign exchange franchises. You're working against yourself. You want better? Vote yourself a better country. Vote yourself a better country. Anyway, let me close with something nice now. What I have, boy? I can't play anything foreign because the foreign Facebook don't like that. So I play this. Can't find it. Okay, let's try this. Would you like to join your son?
I am over here, happy in this cool, cool country, darling, for this Christmas. Your son will be really jumping, listen to the chorus of what we all will be singing.
Drink a rum and a panja prima, drink a rum. Drink a rum and a panja prima, drink a rum.
It is Christmas morning, drink a rum and a panja prima, drink a rum. Mama drinking, drink a rum and a panja prima, drink a rum. I have invited Jamaica, lovely Antigua, Barbados, even Guyana. It's an invitation for us to spend this occasion. You can just imagine drinking rum until New Year's Eve. Drink a rum and a panja prima, drink a rum. Drink a rum and a panja prima, drink a rum. It is Christmas morning, drink a rum and a panja prima.
That was Reno Rama sound. I thought it was polio, John, but polio, I said cholera, sorry, polio.
All description, you must understand. Liquor to supply a nation. I have ordered whiskey, punch of cream, some gin and brandy, lime and tonic water, siku rum and tongue, stura. Drink a rum and a punch of cream, drink a rum.
You all notice something? How much I stopped dealing with people by name and avoiding my attackers and my detractors. How I no longer go at them in response. I have been asked by the entire team that I refine that approach a little bit. So we are not going to give them any more mileage, any more, I guess, notoriety. We will build our party. We will build our movement. This Orange Revolution, we gentle and loving and caring and all-inclusive. There is room under the umbrella for the entire nation but the bandits. All the criminals who cause this country to be like this, we don't want all of them. Don't come with your money, don't come with your stories. We're not interested. The rest of Trinidad and Tobago, one people under one flag. That's what we want. One people under one flag. We want to give the people their power back. That's what we're coming to do, you know. Give the people of this country their power back. We will give them law enforcement and an administration of justice that will deal with the people that have upset the order of this nation. Trinidad was the sweetest country in the world. Plenty of our people. Talk to them. Talk to all the foreign-based Trinis and they tell you they miss home. They miss home. One guy said they like to hear you cuss up their tail. I know plenty of people will tell me that. But they will have other times for other things. People say, Philip, you need to come across more prime ministerial. So I'm going to have to work on my elocution and my enunciation and the choice of words. Miss me with that. I had to stop at that. 2018 is a time for a different time. But you all know by now what we stand for. You all know by now what we stand for. We will end it. We will fix it. We will undo it and redo it. We'll reboot it. That's our plan. That's our goal. That's our objective. This rowdy bunch. That's what we've gathered for. None of us are professional politicians. All of us learning as we go. There'll be mistakes. There will be fallouts, there'll be arguments. This is not something that we set out to do. We're not as we're not as driven as the criminals and the racists. Them fellas focused. The criminals and the racists focus. Them know what they're coming to do. But we have a different plan. We want a better Trinidad and Tobago. We want one term. I tell you, one term is all it takes. 5 years. A growing cycle. That's all it takes. All it takes. Hit the ground running. We have a whole policy called Just Push Play. We know water truck. Imagine in this country we have water trucks and we don't yet have water for all. And we spend the kind of billions that we spend. Madness. All Wassa know how to do is burn down the records office or what? Serious talk. This country shouldn't be like this. It is madness, insanity, but we're going to fix it. peptrinbago@gmail.com is that email address for you to contact us for just about anything. If you're unsure what to say or who to contact, you can contact me and I'll put you in touch with the right person. peptrinbago@gmail.com. Pep app, P-E-P-A-P-P is the app and it's available on all the app stores. Download the app. We're going to be expanding it soon to include Pep Media and Pep Radio. So you're going to want that. They're talking to us now today about something called White Space. It's a new thing where you don't even need internet to get a broadcast. I'm learning about that. And if that happens, you're going to get it live and direct. I guess some sort of podcast finish. PepTT.com. PEPTT.com. That's the website. You're accustomed to it. You could like it and there is a way to bookmark a website. Bookmark it so that you get notifications. Get notifications on the app. So that when we're coming live and other things happening. This Thursday Frontline, they're dealing with the spirit of Christmas and Trinidad and the PEP. And it should be a nice show. I am going to be on it. I've been invited to be a part of the panel that will include our PRO, Janice Lemon-Creaky, and our chairman, Felicia Holder, and well, somebody else. I can't remember who's the third person. I think it's Sarah Nabi, the head of our social outreach. So, yeah, that's Thursday night. And Juju asking for Despacito. They cussed me for playing it last night. So, no Despacito. Dave, why are them there that song? So, that's about it for me tonight. Thanks a lot for the line. It was just a little Christmas line. We ended up talking a little bit of politics. But at the end of it all, we are one people. We are one people. They've divided us. They've conned us into believing that we're different, but we're not. We're one people. And the faster we get back to there, the better we will all be. So, saying that, let me just say, people messaging me to tell me they enjoy the video. That's so sweet. Yeah? That's it. So, there will not be a show tomorrow. There will not be a show tomorrow, but we will be live on Frontline Thursday. One of our members owns a supermarket in Chaguanas that's giving us, I think, discount cards or something. And when we get our information, get to you, because apparently it's a really big supermarket, and I get more information because I'm going there to check it out. And PEP members might be getting a special discount card from them, and that's really, really cool. And we will let you know about that. And don't think there's going to be a charge for it. So, yeah, the Christmas, your Christmas, make your Christmas a safe family Christmas. Enjoy all the people around you. You don't know how long you have them, and if this is the last Christmas you're going to see them. So make Christmas all about family, friends, and loved ones, and enjoy your Christmas. For me, the entire Progressive Empowerment Party, you'll see me again either Christmas Adam or Christmas Eve. You always make that joke too, because we used to say Christmas Adam because they're Christmas Eve. So it might be the day before Christmas Eve, so you might see us then. Yeah? Dave, sing it for them there, brother. Before the Christmas done, I'm going to bring Dave Locks on a live video for you. You will see the animal you're dealing with. You will see him. Yeah? Charlene, it means slowly. Despacito. Slowly. Facebook booked me last night for playing this song. Love this song too bad. Hayden Phillips, tell me if I know the meaning of that song, I wouldn't play it. What the hell is that? What is the biggest thing out there? Felicia, this part of the song is reminding me of Dave. You sound like him. Alright, you know what? We go in, but we can't leave without getting a little something just to remind you who we are. When last I hear this? Despacito translates the absolute filth. I thought it was slowly. Philip, get up and dance. Juju, I promise you at some point that will be happening, but not tonight. Yeah? There's one thing I want to tell you, all your peppers is the best, yes? You all keep us going. Without you all,
your vote will decide our destiny. Your vote will decide what you want to be. Your vote can protect our country's fate. But use it well before it's too late.
I used to love this song. Now they have a song. Now I realize that I am not as young and trendy as I was before, but there's a song called Cake by the Ocean, which is such a nice thought, because if you know me at all, you know that I love cake. I love cake, and roti doubles cake. So the name of the song is Cake by the Ocean, and I'm telling everybody it's my favorite song, only to find out that the song had another meaning. And I understand that Despacito have another meaning just like that. I feel bad. So now I'm being told to Google Despacito in English. There's a different kind of cake they're singing about, Dave. Wait now, this Despacito song, Jerome, you knew what Cake by the Ocean was about? I found it after, but this Despacito song is real slackness in truth. I want to breathe in your neck slowly, let me murmur things in your ear so that you remember if you're not with me, slowly. I want to undress you in kisses slowly, firmly in the walls of your labyrinth, I don't know what that is, and of your body I want to create a manuscript. What the hell? Let me trespass your danger zones. Well, alright, that's the last time we will be playing Despacito for all you slackers out there. I thought it was a church song. Let's get back to why we here. That's why Dave like it, slacker. Felicia, you know that song was so slack? Again, once a message, Google the meaning of the song. He is talking to his best friend's girlfriend. My God, what is wrong with this man? Louis Fonzi. Can you skip the music and get to the topics? Noreen, we're closing. This is the closing song. This is where the credits scroll. Brought to you by Moby and Rocky. So we're done. What you can do is watch it on the rerun in a couple minutes. Louis Fonzi is a slacker. And I singing Despacito all over the place. Done. So that's two. From now on, if I like a song, I'm going to contact all of the young people around me to explain to me what the hell they're singing about. Yeah? Cake by the ocean. Noreen buff me. Noreen tell me turn off the music and get down to the toe. Love you too bad, Noreen. As soon as this wrap up, the whole thing is yours. Denise, I did not know what he was singing. Lil Children singing Despacito. Is it bad? Slackness. Where's the church? And you know your boy, Dave will lead anybody astray. That's for you not researching your lyrics. That's for sure. You singing to see if you find a wife. Cassandra, we are organizing. They are organizing an event. This is no joke. And I think Sarah Nabi is in charge of the event. I think Dave Lux have a part to play in it too. You could win a date with Philip, and that's some kind of event that they're planning. And Dave could lead the Pope astray. But anyway, yeah, so it's like The Bachelor. So we will, and voting people off the island is a whole nice plan. I love how it's summoned. So we will discuss that in the next time. Hayden Phillips taking this Despacito thing serious. Brother, I hear you, I learned, and I'm done. Never again. Mr. Philip, I would like to speak to you, sir. Vishnu, send me a message on Facebook Messenger. I'm telling you, Cassandra, Felicia and Nabi will tell you. That's the plan. Roti is wife and life for real, eh? But that's one of the things in Win a Day to Philip. You have to be able to rotate as well. People must come first. Citizens by right. None of we here was yellow, black or white. Food, shelter and clothes. Free movement and speech. A garden that grows. And one law for each. This is what we're fighting for. This is what we're fighting for. When you're voting, get rid of them. Fire all of them. Is all they seem to know. When you're voting, vote them out. If it is their politics, it's just a pappy show. When election day come, all bandit must go. Tell your friends and family. Tell everybody you know. Tell your neighbors. Tell everybody, get ready. The orange train, the orange revolution, the orange family, we are here. And we are going forward. One nation, one people under one flag. We are going to fix our country. The rescue mission has started. Vote them out of power. Terminate their reign. The people now have a voice. The Progressive Empowerment Party is your voice. Yes, we are full of love and companionship and camaraderie and all the hugging and the kissing. But we also are a very serious organization. We have plans, programs, policies and ideas that will undo and redo this country like no other party. And if you've not yet seen our policies at a glance, message anybody and they'll send it to you. It's good reading. And it's instructing our manifesto, Reboot the Republic, which is going to be made available to the public within 2018. The PNM and the UNC, they're not ready, you know. They think they are, but they're not. Trinidad and Tobago, it was nice. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun, especially learning what Despacito means. And I apologize because I had no idea it was that slap. Dave Lux, you're leading people astray. Trinidad and Tobago, stay safe. The next live will be Thursday night, Frontline, 8 o'clock. I'll be sharing it on my wall. If you have not yet found and liked the PEP page, go and do it now. Progressive Empowerment Party, like that page because Frontline is broadcasted from there. Yes? So, please do a live tomorrow. Well, we'll see if we can find some time. But I doubt, but if we do, we will. Yes, so enjoy yourselves, stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.